Hi, everyone. I thought I'd share a secret with you. Fashion brands currently spend 30 billion euros every year creating e-commerce content. They're flying in models, photographers, renting studios, and retouching thousands of images, all while juggling licenses and user rights with no guarantee the product will even sell. I mean, this is truly a sweet spot for AI to come in and disrupt. But the current tools out there, they're focusing on speed, not what the industry needs. Because creating an e-commerce image is much more than just taking a garment and slapping it on a model. Sure, that might work for some. But if you're a medium to enterprise fashion brand, that's nowhere near enough. Because these teams, they need consistency, quality, control, brand alignment, and collaboration. They need to get the exact same precision as they get from a traditional shoot, but without all the costs and the chaos around it. Now, this is where we come in. Gyodi is the first AI platform built for professional fashion teams. It's designed to deliver high-end results across the organization, starting with e-commerce. Let me show you. Inside Gyodi, the teams have complete control over every single detail, from model to lighting and style direction, keeping every visual precise and on brand across every product, season, and channel, and without any limitations. Once done, the teams can collaborate directly inside the tool, creating tasks, comments, and approvals. And when it's ready, they can push it directly to their CMS or e-commerce system, eliminating both manual uploads and delays. Now, if a garment is sold out or underperforming, the brand can instantly swap it out using our dynamic styling engine, optimizing both sales and stock levels in real time. This is just the beginning, but our brands are already loving it. Here's what they have to say. Gyodi is the first AI tool that acts like a real fashion team, and it has the right artistic eye. So, why now? Why us? Well, the demand for content and imagery has never been higher. But at the same time, AI is finally reaching the quality the industry demands. But I've been working in this industry for more than a decade at Net-a-Porter, Ralph Lauren, and even building my own brand. So I know that winning here is going to require much more than an advanced AI. You really need to understand this industry and how it operates at its core. And that's why we at Gyodi have put together a world-class team that combines both extensive industry knowledge with deep technical skill sets from some of the best companies in the world. And together, we built a specialized platform designed for the industry, not just applied to it. And we're already proving it with early traction and hundreds of brands across Europe and the US that's already saying this is what we need. Now, this really goes to show that it's not fashion who needs to adapt to AI. It's AI who needs to adapt to fashion, and that's exactly what Gyodi is doing. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Lovisa.
Thank you.
All right, who wants to kick this off?
Yeah, thanks.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
You spoke quite a lot about the kind of creating the visuals, but you didn't mention anything about how do you start. So do you start with a pattern of the garments to feed into the system, or is it just pictures, or how does that work?
That's actually a great question. So Gyodi is a 360 end-to-end platform for the fashion industry, meaning that we take the brand from the sketch, the blueprint, all the way into their e-commerce and content, but we're starting with the e-com. Because when we met all these brands, head of design, head of production, head of sales, head of e-com, head of marketing, it was very clear that it was the marketing team, the e-com team, that needed this solution yesterday. So you're right, they need to currently have a product in place that we can then work off. So they need to input either through an API integration or manually input the product image into the tool. With that said, it could be asking their manufacturer, hey, if the garment is ready, can you take a picture of it so I can work off it in Gyodi? Or they already shot it from the very beginning. Okay?
I think over time, as more and more companies are going to start entering this particular space, or already are a couple of companies that have entered, I would say, adjacent markets, what do you think is going to be your moat over time? Do you think it is going to be like having the best workbench out there? Do you think there's going to be something technical about it? Or do you at the end think it's going to be your ability to sell into these clients as well and actually be able to understand their needs as well?
I think that's a really good and relevant question, and you're right. This is a saturated market, right? We see a lot of AI companies popping up talking about how they're going to disrupt the fashion industry, right? And what we see it is that there's two buckets here. One is for the consumer, startup, small little brand. And the second one is where we are. It's for the professional teams that has a revenue of 5 million and upwards, right? For them, it's what I mentioned in my pitch as well. It's not about the speed of taking a garment and slapping it on a model and calling it done. They need to have a tool that is in line with their ecosystem. And that's why it's not just AI that's relevant here. You need to understand the industry. And the bucket A is more focused on the AI parts, while bucket B, where we are in, is focusing on the true core problem of the industry and how they're operating and how we can actually make a difference in their day-to-day work. Yeah?
Okay.
Thank you.
So, thank you. Yeah, so you were talking about this cost, like a $30 billion cost for the sampling only. Usually, also that comes together with like waste of resources. So did you ever calculate what would be the environmental cost of that sampling? Because I think that could be an interesting part of this pitch as well.
Absolutely. So just to clarify, those 30 billion that I mentioned in the beginning, that's only for the e-commerce content. It has nothing to do with the sample. The sampling, wow, that's an even higher stake. But sure, what we're looking at is that by time, you won't even have to do a sample. I'm not saying it's here now. It will eventually be, and we're ready for that. And then you can really take a grip on the whole sustainability aspect within the fashion industry, which we all know is kind of the second biggest polluter in the world. So I agree with you, there's a lot to be done here, and we're just scratching the surface here.
All right, our time is unfortunately up.
Yes.
So no more time for more questions. Thank you, Lovisa.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.